Well, here at the edge of the continent, I believe Leia is making the best use of it. Sit. 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 Leia. Sit. Sit down. Leia. Sit. Sit, baby. They're everywhere. Hello. We are leaving Sierra Vista. Actually, we just left camp at Sierra Vista. I won't say for good. Maybe we'll be back eventually, but at least for this round, yeah, we're leaving. Going on something, I guess you could call it a little bit of a side quest. Something that I intended on doing, maybe not as long. Anyway, I have actually rented an apartment in Old Town, or just at the edge of Old Town here in Las Cruces, because I realized, well, I could definitely use one too. Leia was getting a little bit pin up. We've been really moving around a lot, going on, you know, about 2 weeks. So I'm like, yeah, let's stop for a couple of days, turned into 4 days, and yeah, just take it easy, explore Old Town, shoot around a bit. I have so much film, and that's one of the things, one of the reasons why I'm going ahead and stopping for longer is apparently Amazon won't ship color chemicals to a hub, like a drop-off location like I get the rest of my things. So yeah, I had no way to develop all this color film that is piling up. You know, I had to do something. So supposedly I have found a alleged camera shop in El Paso, which is about an hour and 20 minutes south of Las Cruces. I got in touch with them yesterday. Of course, they're closed on the weekend, and they said they have a mildly overpriced kit of Cinestill C41 chemicals available, and they open up tomorrow, and that's where Leia and I are going in the morning to get those chemicals. So we're going to be kicking it at this nice little apartment. Got a hell of a deal on it, by the way, Airbnb, from today, Sunday, until Thursday. And who knows what we're going to get into. There's about 8,000 gorgeous little Mexican restaurants at walking distance. There's a few tap houses in walking distance. And it's going to be just a nice place for little Leia to find herself a little couch and have a little downtime. Isn't that right, baby? Yeah, and then it'll probably give me a chance to upload, well, probably the very video that you're watching now.
So that was a fucking lie.
Yeah! So, onward. The listing said it was a charming little place, and they weren't kidding. I absolutely love this little apartment. Tomorrow we'll go around and explore the neighborhood. It's quintessentially New Mexico. A lot of adobe houses here, and then of course we'll go over into Old Mesilla. They have a relatively extensive library. What to read? What to read? What to read? Oh! Well, how about David Bush's Canon EOS 5D Mark II Digital SLR Photography Guide. Now, I'll admit, folks, I was being a little bit of a jackass about the Canon 5D Mark II manual, but I dug deeper, and they do have some very nice stuff here. They have 3 or 4 Tina Modotti photography books. If you're not familiar with Tina's work, extraordinarily underrated, I have to say, at least in my opinion. They said they have 3 or 4 Tina Modottis, a 2007 issue of Lens Work. It's an old black and white photo magazine, or zine before zine was a zine. And look here, they have Ansel Adams, The Print, and Ansel Adams, The Making of 40 Photographs. That's his example book. Yeah, unexpected. And honestly, I'm not really upset. Yeah, couldn't be happier with this place. Isn't that right, baby? Okay. We are El Paso bound, and I feel weird because I forgot to put the dude up here in his riding spot. But Leia and I are headed to Jerry Reed Cameras in El Paso, Texas. I know virtually nothing about the place. It's about 40 minutes away. Other than it's a camera shop, and he said, or they said, that they had a liter kit of Senate Steel C41. So we're gonna go find out, get that, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Ain't that right? All right.
Turn right onto Ames Street, then turn right onto Myrtle Avenue. Turn right onto Myrtle Avenue, then your destination will be on the right.
There's Jerry Reed's cameras. He found a place to park. Actually looks like my kind of place. Well, as expected, I got more than just the chemicals. I picked up some Portra, picked up some Ektar, picked up some SX70 film, and I needed some film sleeves, and the good folks at Jerry Reed Camera in El Paso threw in a pack of 120 sleeves that I needed, so we're all set. Excellent shop, by the way. I didn't film in there. I just felt weird, but yeah, if you're ever in El Paso, Jerry Reed's wonderful camera shop. Taking the opportunity while I've for sure got it to go ahead and fill up the darkroom water supply. Nice little nozzle here, little spigot. So I got out the hose and letting it rip. It's a mild 8 gallons, wouldn't hurt. Going to do a bit of daylight developing here in the apartment in Las Cruces. Got it ready until the day after tomorrow. Turn the bathroom into a dark room. There is a large window behind that. I went out to Bruce and got one of the blackout curtain panels that we use in the hive. Just, as you can see, duct tape that sucker up there. And speaking of the miraculous properties of duct tape, down there, the source of light that we're going to have is, of course, the door. And luckily, this old adobe house, the door facing is extremely wide, so it does a good job at blocking out that light as it is. This side is actually light tight. Of course, I'll put a towel at the bottom, and then all I'm going to do is duct tape myself in here to seal that off. Now we have 6 sheets of 8x10 to develop from old Winston from up there in Sierra Vista. I'm going to do that, and I actually have a roll of Holga 400 from the big Bronica. So I'm going to whip up 2 batches of Caffeinol. Now I'm almost out of sodium carbonate. That is the washing soda. That is 1/3 of the ingredients of Caffeinol. I'm going to use that for the Holga, that one roll of 120. And while I've been doing all this, I've whipped up a huge batch, fresh batch that is, of sodium carbonate. It is just about done. Of course, I have a video on this, and somebody actually asked me about making a dedicated video on my Caffeinol. I am not unwilling to do that. It's just that my process is so organic. You can translate that into fast and loose, that I go by feel, I go by smell, I go by the film I'm developing, how I exposed it. So it's not that technical. However, let me know down in the comments if you want to see how I go about my Caffeinol cooks, depending on the film, depending on what I'm developing at the time. I'll do it for you. All right, I'm going to bag up our sodium carbonate, clean up the powder that's all over the place, and then get to developing. Actually looking forward to it. You okay, baby? We'll be in the dark room, okay? We'll be right back. So, we are virtually ready to pop here. I want to give you a quick rundown of the process. Much like House Mormont, ours is not a large house, but it is a proud one. Of course, I have our 100 mils of Caffeinol in there. I went with about a neutral cook on that. no more or less ascorbic acid than I normally would. That is more or less a stock solution. Have our stop bath. That is just plain Kodak indicator stop bath. I forget where I use that as one shot, because I'm probably going to switch over to plain vinegar once that's gone. Now between the stop and the fix, I'm running an intermediary bath. That is just plain water. Now I'm doing that in the hopes of preserving our fixer for at least one more big use. That is actually that Kodak fixer that we got in Natchez Trace. So yeah, I'm trying to not pollute it, make it last, at least until we develop, hopefully out in Arizona here in the next couple of days. No, and something novel I've been doing with the last few batches, pouring in a little bit for our homies of whatever I happen to be drinking at the time. This is Four Peaks Kilt Lifter. It's a Scotch ale, and I love it. So the only thing left to do is refresh our beverage, get the duct tape, seal ourselves into the dark room / bathroom here, and develop those 6 sheets of 8x10 from Old Winston. Okay. Just so you know, folks, I came very close to just taping this in here without the film. So yeah, we would have been locked in our little makeshift photographic tomb here with nothing to develop. That leads me to a slight addendum. I thought we had 6 sheets. We actually have 8. 4 holders. Apparently went to town up there at Sierra Vista with Winston, which is fine. This solution should be enough concentrate to handle that, no problem. Just thought I'd let you know. Think nothing of it, folks. It's a strange, man. Duct tape sounds coming from the downstairs apartment. Strange smells. Nothing to see here. Well, let's just see. Yeah, that door is pretty good. And the window is much better than I thought it would be. Alright. We have our red safe light, of course. All the way down here, a little insurance policy in case God wants to play one of his famous practical jokes and let this little thing fall out of the socket. Come on. There we go. Let this little thing fall out of the socket and land in our developer with my face in it. All that being said, let's cook. So, once again, folks, this is not a rapid fixer. So, once again, we are going to have to be sitting in here for about 10 more minutes. Now, the first sheet, the one that went in there first into the fixed bath, that's been going nearly about 30 minutes now. But the last one has to go for the full 10 minutes. So, yeah, we're sitting here on the toilet in the dark, just waiting, which is really fitting when you think about it. Not too shabby, folks. It turned out there were 7 sheets, not 8. I forgot I only took 1 exposure, that super long exposure of the night sky, with one side of the holder. So there were 7 sheets, not 8. Unfortunately, that was a holder that has been loaded up for a long time, and that one didn't turn out. So yeah, 2 out of the 7 came out. That means we have 5 negatives. At least have a manifest image on there. I really haven't looked at them too closely. These 2 here, I believe, were out of a holder that had been loaded up for a really long time. And I think just the radiation, the age of the x-ray film, probably the heat, maybe the sun was shining on the bag or something. Those didn't come out at all. But overall, like I said, 1 good negative coming out of that. That's a win for me. Now what we're going to do next, while I have everything more or less, still in darkroom mode in here, I'm going to load up that roll of Holga 400. I'll do that in the daylight tank, but unfortunately I can't load it in the light here. It's not orthochromatic like our x-ray film is. So I'm going to grab the tank, load that up, mix up another batch of caffeinol, and develop that roll of 120. Why not? Of course, I've got to have another beer so I can add the beer to the developer. That's the only reason I'm having it. Well, so long, 219 Armijo Street. I really love this little place. We'll come back through here, definitely stay here again if we need a little home base. So we're going to be headed somewhere, maybe around Phoenix today, and then probably stay there a couple of days before we steam on out to the California coast, maybe somewhere around Santa Cruz, but you know, we'll see. So yeah, gonna stop Leia off at the park. I know, baby. Stop Leia off at this little park, let her do her business, not run a stop sign, and then stock up at Walmart and head on out. I know, baby, we're gonna stop. Anyway, onward. Yep, don't really see that every day, unless you live around here. Of course, I'm always a fan of a good pilot or a Flying J, but something about these pilots and Flying J's in Southwest, they just kind of hit different. I don't know. I love it. What are you doing? And our girl. Now then. While we're not going too fast down the interstate, take the opportunity to tell you where we're headed. Found a little patch of BLM land just east of Phoenix, Arizona. We'll stay there tonight, maybe even tomorrow night, and then get up really early, maybe Saturday morning, you know, in a couple of days, and start making our way proper towards the Pacific coast there in California. Yeah, we'll see. Not sure where we're going to stay after this. I'm sure we'll do one night stay between Arizona and California. Like I said, who knows where. Onward.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto the US 70 ramp to Globe, New Mexico 90.
Noise.
Your destination is on the left.
Little hill climb. almost got it in two-wheel drive. Well, I have to say, this doesn't look half bad. Oh yeah, we will definitely be staying here 2 nights. All right, we'll get settled in. Ain't that right, baby? Well, Leia is picking at her supper here. Got to our spot in Arizona. Mother Moon just came up over the mountains there. I think this is the town of Superior, Arizona, right outside of BLM land, of course. And I'll be showing you all the sights tomorrow. Like I said, it's I think it's good enough that we'll probably stay tomorrow, and then tomorrow night leave out early Saturday morning. I can hear some running water down there. I'm probably 100% sure going to set up the hive tomorrow, maybe in here. I don't know that for certainty, because really I'm not going to be developing anything. I'm going to be scanning some stuff, so I may just set the scanner up right here and do it that way instead of having to take the hive down. We shall see. So yeah, a lot of information just to say we're about to tuck it in for the night, and then fill you in on a few things that's probably going to be going on over the next few days. I stress probably.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good. How you doing? Double, animal style. Fries, animal style. They said to drive past the tanks. I've got a feeling we're going to stay here literally just for this, so I can poke around these tanks. We're flying by the seat of our pants here, guys.